Welcome to the Rosie and Roula show. Marhaba.
G'day.
We're continuing with this episode what we finished in the previous one about people making condescending and belittling jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to talk about self-awareness so that, self-awareness is about so much we do in our life, but that conversation is a good opening for self-awareness. And where would be your self-awareness when I tell you the joke you're making is hurtful?
Oh, that would hurt. I think my gut
Hypothetically.
Okay. Yeah, are you hinting at something here? I think my instinct would be to get defensive. That's what we do. Like, no, I didn't mean to do that. No. But it's, oh, shit. Like, it would be a wake-up moment. Oh, fuck, my words hurt somebody I really care about. Whoa. And you know what? I would be reflecting on that beyond the conversation of you telling me, hey, I don't find that funny. Like, that would be going through my mind probably for days, weeks, possibly afterwards, just reflecting on, well, why did I say that?
But Rosie, you are in an advanced stage.
I got my black belt in self-awareness. No.
And, not everyone in this advanced stage. So how would self-awareness for a beginner look like?
Oh. Maybe it's just going, oh, thank you for telling me that. Don't go blurting out, I didn't, like, oh, no, just, you can't take a joke, no. Why are you saying that? You're invalidating that other person's feelings. It is not your feelings that you're talking about. It is their feelings. And they've just said it's not funny. So, oh, thank you for telling me that. And if you can do it without being sarcastic, I think you should apologise. Some people aren't capable of that. So don't say sorry if you don't mean it. I think you should definitely say thank you for telling me. And then you need to go away and think about it. Go to the naughty corner.
And the self-awareness plays, I think, a role in the entire day of the person who's a beginner and not self-aware yet. I'm saying beginner because some people don't even know what self-awareness is.
True. So you just said for a beginner, self-awareness is like, you'd be thinking about it all day. So I think you're an advanced self-awareness person too. So does that mean you're not thinking about these things all day? Because that comment intrigues me.
Yes, there's a difference. So the beginner of self-awareness is someone who's confronted with these moments throughout their day by something they said to their spouse, by a reaction they have with their kids, talking to someone outside and feel, whatever defensiveness or whatever feeling they have. Beginner is not yet aware that they don't have control over how people feel. They do have control over how they react, say things, the words that come out of our mouth. And it's beginner self-aware person doesn't know that it's on them to think about the hurtful stuff they said.
Comes back to accountability, doesn't it?
Yes.
Always.
Yes. I don't think my self-awareness have raised to the level it is now if I haven't had tough conversations with my kids, tough conversations with my husband. These are my tools, my courses, my workshops on self-awareness, being confronted with my behavior. Long time ago, in 2012 maybe, in these years after my divorce, I was searching for my identity because from living with my parents, I lived with my husband in the Netherlands, start integrating. I didn't know who am I. There was a lot of anger in me. And at home, I was angry, impatient, don't want things not to go my way. I want
Yeah.
my kids, when I say go to bed, that they, okay, sir, we're going to bed. I didn't have any
Mm.
tolerance in me. And then they told me, my kids and my new boyfriend at that time, is my
A
husband now, huh?
boyfriend.
They said to me that I have to do something about it. They said to me, they described me that I'm not self aware of my reactions toward them because I keep doing it. And then I found a super nice workshop. That was my first step in self awareness journey. I found a workshop. It's called in Dutch drift kicker, and that's the angry kicker, grenouille. I can't
Frog.
remember the name in English.
Frog.
Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, the angry frog. And I went to the workshop. There were 10 people there, all parents, full time working. I was working also full time. And the things I get really some goosebumps talking about it, because what this guy at the workshop showed us how ridiculous our behavior is in refusing to slow down and reflect on our behavior.
Mm.
I'm so grateful that they told me to go, and I'm so grateful that I did not work against it. I could have told them, "You go and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
better. You have to listen to me. Why do I have to go to a anger management workshop?" And it was really the starter of self-awareness for me.
You know, I can't even imagine you as being someone who's not self aware because it is so far removed from the ruler you are today and the ruler that I know. But just goes to show nobody's perfect. Like, I don't think you're just born and you're a perfect person and so self aware and accountable for everything. Like, what a load of rubbish. Some of us might naturally be better at it. None of us are necessarily good at the beginning.
Oh, I had so much anger in me. I had so much anger. I grew up in a war. I I grew up also in a household that life wasn't easy in my household. We didn't. Oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna go into the darker side. What I want to say is that I have had always self-awareness, but too proud to act on it.
Whoa. Well, it's confronting, isn't it?
Mm.
Because it's facing up to parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily like, that aren't very nice.
And it's
What
not a
I
weakness. We think it's a weakness
uh, uh,
to be self-aware.
really? You think it?
Yes,
What? Really?
admitting what you did wrong, what
Oh,
you
I
said
see. I
wrong.
see. I thought you meant the
Yeah,
skill of being self-aware.
no.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's right. And what sometimes I have to remind myself of is, just because I did a not nice thing doesn't mean I'm a bad person.
Okay, but keep saying the wrong things, others
Well,
will
yeah,
lose
that's
their
fucked.
trust.
Well, exactly. And I mean,
And
let
then,
me clarify. Let me clarify. Not as an excuse, but as a reminder, because I can end up down this rabbit hole. Oh my God, I just said this awful thing. How could I do that? I'm such a horrible person. And then that's just not productive. What you need to go is, whoa, I did a horrible thing. I showed up as somebody I don't want to be. So what am I going to do about it? And how am I going to try and, if you want to keep the connection with this person and what's the word? Not heal. You know what I mean. I heard you, pussycat. He's
just a
going,
second, he's
yeah.
going crazy. One moment.
Okay. How have we been recording for 9 minutes already? God, we talk a lot. That was quick.
Okay,
Okay.
he's in front of he wants me to open the door.
He wants to be on the
Yes.
podcast. So, yes, I think for someone like me who can ruminate on it and get in the negative shame spiral, your cat, meow, 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 meow. I think he should go on the mic and just give us his opinion for a minute. Oh, hello,
Say
handsome.
hi. Say hi.
You got to watch this on
You're on
YouTube.
camera. You're on
Yeah.
camera. Look
Oh, he's so handsome. Now you're quiet. Not so chatty now.
Oh, now he's tangled in my.
That wasn't very elegant, was it?
I have to look back at it. My cat is not self-aware at all. He keeps doing crazy stuff. Yes, so indeed, I mean,
But like you said,
this is a big topic, yeah.
It is
as
a big
always.
topic, and the way you responded actually is really important because there's two extremes, isn't there? You know, reminding yourself, okay, it doesn't make me a bad person, but also owning I did a horrible thing and owning up. If you keep doing this, well, that's kind of showing you're not a very nice person, isn't it? And what are you going to do about it?
Yes, because when someone over and over again is not being self-aware, they're not nice.
So
What
true.
is nice?
Or they're fake. They present as someone they're not as well, I think.
Yes, they're not willing to work on themselves.
They're not
And this
living in
podcast is
reality.
about working on ourselves. Despite, the crazy topics we talk about, it
So
is
true.
to hold a mirror and work on ourselves.
You know,
To
we
have
have
a
never
better
said that,
life.
Ruler. I love it. The podcast's about working ourselves, holding up a mirror. I love this. It's true.
Yeah. Practice self-awareness. Nothing comes easy and nothing happens overnight. The key is to accept what others are saying because they
That's
don't
their
want to hurt
truth.
us. Yes, they're asking us to treat them better. So
And they've
why
just,
do we refuse to do that?
yeah, they've just been really vulnerable with us. So if you're shoving it back in their face, whoa.
They will never want to be vulnerable again. And this hurts trust. And to go back to the belittling jokes we would hear, which is the previous episode. Yes, being vulnerable and telling someone you're hurting me with your joke. Who cares if they think we're weak? Who cares if they think we're not laughing at a joke, we're too taking ourselves serious, or we're too sensitive? Why do we care? They hurt us. So we still have to care about their feelings to validate their joke? No.
I struggle with that. I'm trying to think when I have pulled people up on jokes I don't find funny. I can probably count on one hand the number of times I've done it because it makes me feel so uncomfortable, and I have to be prepared for the aftermath of it. There's going to be a reaction to whatever it is I say. And so do I have the strength or the capacity even to deal with that? So I think in the times I have pulled people up on it, it's people I know really well. I have a memory of pulling my dad up on something once. And was
Does
it
it
really...
have to be a conversation, Rosie?
Yeah, but there's always going to be a response. You know what I mean?
You repeat what we just said. You can just tell them your joke was hurtful and I don't accept it. No matter what they say, you only repeat the sentence. I also learned this in therapy.
God, all this self-awareness. I hear you. I definitely hear you. But I still, listening to you say that, I'm like, oh, but it's so hard. And the reason why I brought up the example with my dad is that it was someone I was close with, and so sitting in that discomfort was less scary. I was less afraid to stand up to him because it's someone I loved and trusted. Whereas if it was, for example, living in a van, you come across other travellers and you might sit together around a campfire or have a chat. You don't know them necessarily very well. And they'll say jokes that aren't necessarily funny. Would I pull them up in that sort of situation? You know what? I probably wouldn't.
They're strangers. Choose your battles. But you know what, Rosie? It's not easy. It's so damn hard.
Yeah.
The only difference, consistency.
Mm.
When you're not consistent, the other will also not learn
That's
that
true.
they need to stop.
That's true.
It doesn't stop from the first time. And you will not feel triumphing from the first time. You will feel like shit and guilty and bad and all these feelings. But if
Yeah,
you
that's
decide to
true.
stop doing it, it means you're not standing up enough for yourself. So it's very difficult. I'm saying this with full conviction. It is not easy,
I'm glad you
but
said
this is what
that.
makes you stronger.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? One thing it brings to mind, I'm a big fan of Brene Brown, and something she says is clear is kind, unclear is unkind. And that's all about
Yes.
boundaries. If you are clear with people what your boundaries are, that's kind. How are they going to know what you don't find funny, what's okay, what's not okay, if you don't articulate that?
Yeah. I'll give you an example, a very quick one, straight to your point for what you said.
Mm-hmm.
When I was not clear with my children, we had arguments.
Mm.
When I was afraid to hurt their feelings, so instead of saying no, a clear no, I was leaving them in limbo. Yes, maybe,
Oh,
let me see, let me think. We were arguing. And when I started saying clear no without a monologue, without the explanation, just no, we stopped arguing.
wow.
I feel like I earned their respect.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, parenthood's a whole other kettle of fish, right? But it applies. It's almost like it exacerbates it. It's so important. And one thing I want to add before we just go on and on and on is when you set this boundary, you need to be prepared to follow through. What's the consequence if this person does not respect that boundary? If you just put up with them telling condescending jokes like we were talking about earlier in the other episode, or if whatever it is, if you don't follow through on the boundary, they're not going to take you seriously. It's human nature.
And like Mel Robbins says, let them
Yes, let them.
and
Yeah.
let me and let
You don't
me
even
work
like
on my
Mel Robbins.
boundaries.
This is
No,
hilarious,
but
but
this
it
is
is.
so
Yeah,
valuable. She said it's not only let them, it's let them. The important part is let me keep my boundaries. Let me love myself. Let me get away of them because they're toxic.
yeah, I like that.
If you're not self-aware, you are toxic. Am I being generalizing? I don't know. I
Yes,
don't
you
know.
are, but I agree. It is toxic. But do we all have our moments where we're not self aware? Of course we do.
Yeah.
Of course we do. We're only human. And even someone like Rula, who's really confident and holds strong convictions about accountability, just rewind to earlier when Rula said it's not easy. Remind yourself, it's not easy. But I think life's better when you are self aware. You'll discover who you are. You'll have nicer people in your life, better relationships.
When I'm not self-aware and I'm called out on it and I still resist it, I like remove myself, think about it. And when I come back, I only have this sentence that is sincere.
Mm.
I'll do better next time.
Wow.
I can't guarantee, but I'll do better next time.
I mean, it's honest, isn't it? Yeah. On that note, everybody, are you self-aware? If you're not, I don't think you'd be listening to this podcast. So I think you're all self-aware. I think you're all awesome. What's your self-awareness journey been like? Did you go to an Angry Frog workshop? I think it should have been called Angry Toad. We have things here called cane toads. They're really ugly and have like pustules
Ah,
on their back and they're poisonous. Because when you're not self-aware, you're gross like a
ooh.
toad.
I don't know why this is, it's Dutch, so probably it has a different meaning why it's a frog kicker,
Frog.
drift
Mm.
kicker. All right, my dear listener, we gave you a longer episode than normal, but we find this topic very important and we want you all to enjoy your life and your relationships. So, yes, be self aware.
Bye.
Bye.
If you got a kick out of our conversation today, can you pretty please hit the follow button and share it with another opinionated person? This is the easiest way for you to support the show. It also gives Roula and I the motivation
Rosie,
to keep
I have to
going.
stop you there. Stop telling people what to do. If they like to follow the show and share it, it's totally up to them. Guys, please, can you help us follow and share the show? Thank you so much. See you next time.
Said.